Hey everyone, Mike here, and it's time for another Transformers video. This one talking about the rumored Michael Bay Transformers movie, which has been in the rumor mill for quite some time now. It kind of started out as a bit of a nonsense rumor, and then we start getting a little bit more and more detail to it that is making this seemingly legit to the point where Hollywood trades such as Variety have picked up the story. So it's looking more and more likely that the movie is going to be happening. And then, before we get into our main topic of the rumor mill for this movie, I do want to talk about something that happened in September, which was Tyrese Gibson was at some type of red carpet, and he was asked, are you going to be involved in this rumored Michael Bay Transformers movie? So Tyrese Gibson ended up kind of fueling the fire a little bit more, and he was quoted saying, "I was just on the phone with Michael Bay last week, so that's all I can tell you."
Michael Bay is supposed to come back and do Transformers. Would you step back into that world?
I was just on the phone with Michael Bay last week, so that's all I can tell you.
Something happening. That means something happening.
The Strangers.
Actors do love to be vague about these things. It is very hit or miss on if it's something that's actually happening or not, but he could have just flat out denied it and been like, "Oh no, I'd love to work with Michael Bay again, but no, nothing's currently in the pipeline." But he did say, "Hey, I was on the phone with Michael Bay," and Michael Bay's been posting a lot about Transformers recently on his Instagram. He seems refueled for his enjoyment of the franchise, so it's looking like this might become a real possibility. Now, I always considered the idea of bringing back the original cast to be a necessity if Michael Bay is going to come back. And I always knew it was just a real, shot in the dark. Like, it is something that would be really difficult to pull together, especially like Shia LaBeouf. I feel like Megan Fox could be a simple get to come back, but I always thought that Shia LaBeouf would be super difficult to bring back to the Transformers franchise, because he made it very clear after Transformers Dark of the Moon that he was done. He was never coming back, done with the franchise. He went on a little bit of a weird streak where he was in a lot of controversy, and he was in some movies that didn't do so well. The most recent movie I saw him in was Megalopolis, which was unfortunately not that great. But he just randomly showed up at a Comic-Con in Philadelphia the other day. It was Steel City Comic-Con. To my knowledge, this is like the first Comic-Con that Shia LaBeouf's ever been to. I was trying to find something online. There's usually like these websites that detail the appearances of certain celebrities at Comic-Cons. Shia LaBeouf didn't even have a page. So barring like maybe something like San Diego Comic-Con for some announcement, I don't think he's ever been to some random Comic-Con. And it also happened to be a con where Peter Cullen made his first appearance in well over a year at a Comic-Con. So nice to see him back in the public eye, as well as Frank Welker. So all three of them were at this Comic-Con, and Shia LaBeouf got to see Frank Welker and Peter Cullen, and there's a photo with them together, and that's just super cool to see. And for the moment, I was thinking like, oh, well, it's just nothing. It's just Shia LaBeouf doing a con, which is strange, but, it's not out of the ordinary completely for a celebrity. So, like, he's just there. Peter Cullen was also there, so Shia LaBeouf went and said hi. No big deal. But, fans are going to ask questions and try to do a little bit of digging when they're meeting a celebrity. So, apparently, a Transformer World 2005 user, Thunderbolt, who has been around since 2002 on the boards, so I feel like this would be a fairly trustworthy person to put your trust in, said that he went to Shia LaBeouf's table with his son for an autograph, and I'm just going to detail what went down here. So I guess that as Shia was probably signing something, he told him, "Keep making awesome movies," and that was just more like a general statement, not necessarily Transformers, just a general statement. And Shia LaBeouf responded with more of these, and I guess he pointed at the guy's shirt, and this guy Thunderbolt, he pauses and he says, "Wait, like this franchise? This is what you're talking about?" He says, "You're coming back?" And so Shia LaBeouf ended up responding, I'm working on it. Now, that could mean a million things. It could mean that, like, hey, I want to come back. There could be initial talks happening, but I would find it weird that Shia LaBeouf would flat out lie. And I would, this story, the way it was written, seems very legit. I don't think this guy has any reason to fib or lie at all. So I find it interesting that, Michael Bay wants to come back. Michael Bay's posting a lot about Transformers. It's been posted by Variety that he's in talks to return to direct. Tyrese Gibson said that he was on the phone with Michael Bay. Shia LaBeouf is now at a Comic-Con with Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, allegedly saying that he is working on coming back. So, I'm just saying, it's all kind of coming together. I hope it happens. I've been wanting this for a very long time. Of course, it's going to be kind of an interesting situation of, is this going to be tying into The Last Night? Is it going to be taking place after Transformers Dark of the Moon? Who knows at this point? I'm sure maybe they don't even know. I know that they do have a writer working on the script. It may or may not be finished. I'm pretty sure it was finished, actually, last update. So it was Vandina who was working on the script. And it was just like a very random name that it's like, okay, that has to be a thing, because it's not like some rumor, like some super famous writer is working on it. So there is a possibility we might have Michael Bay in the original cast coming back for another Transformers movie, which would be absolutely insane, because I've dreamt of it, but I've never expected it to happen. So there's that. That's the rumor mill going on right now. What do you guys think? Would you be excited? Would you be a little disappointed? I feel like it would really help out the box office numbers. I think that's kind of what Paramount wants to go for at the moment, especially because, unfortunately, Transformers 1 was a bit of a flop at the box office, even though it was such a great movie. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know your thoughts. Comment in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and look out for more videos on the channel soon. See you guys.